Nigerian newspapers. We've got a host of them with us, and we're starting off with the Nation newspaper. The lead story there is captioned, "Queues persist, commuters stuck despite petrol price hike." NLC presidential aide disagree over claim. And of course, there are still reactions by many bodies, including the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the Nigerian Bar, as well as the Trade Union Congress, who have gone on to oppose this latest announcement, and MAN and LCCI go on to list effects of this increment. Other stories read, federal government kicks off consumer credit with 500,000 beneficiaries, recipients to access up to 3.5 million naira. Lagos extends work from home policy. Police school squad for Abuja. Chinese firm to build Lekki-Ekpe Link Bridge. NEC gives FCT, Kwara, 3 others Monday deadline on state police. Arbore clashes with OB over setting up of interim exco. Vanguard is next. Of course, the story on the petrol price hike remains dominant so far. Nasima, LCCI, NECA worry over jobs, economy. Shetima inaugurates 115 upgraded West Africa container terminal. China to help Nigeria fight money laundering, terrorism financing, with Nigeria and China moving to revive local currency swap. Nenadi Usman emerges interim chairperson of Labour Party. Power generation reverses gains, dips by 45.4% to 2,753 megawatts. Let's check out The Guardian now. Outrage as high cost of petrol scarcity pushes businesses to brink. In the meantime, Tinubu woos Chinese investors, says Africa holds opportunities for growth. Obasanjo, Ayoku, others lament impunity, poor leadership. FG reviews prisoners' feeding allowance by 50%, raises budget to 45 billion. And Buhari, northern governors, Saudi Arabia condemn Yobe killings. The Punch says, of course, NNPCL bars independent marketers amid surging prices. 3 PMS vessels arrive. Transport fares jump as major marketers raise fuel price. PDP shifts National Working Committee meeting over governors' Wike's tensions. But Nigeria police will torture, kill me if I surrender, the wanted Britain says. On arms importation, FG declares emergency in Onne port. Nigeria economy has stagnated, says Bill Gates. Let's check out the Nigerian News Direct, still leading so far with the latest on the fuel price hike. MAN, LCCI, slam NNPC, forecast inflation surge as Neiti decries Port Harcourt refinery delay. Nigeria's exchange rate weakens to 1,625.88 naira to the dollar, the worst in 6 months, Nigerian News Direct says. And Sanwo-Olu extends work from home policy for workers to boost productivity. On the front page of the New Telegraph, LCCI label, new fuel pump price will bring severe hardship on Nigerians. And there are other riders there. ACF says not suffering its worst challenges. Bill Gates is quoted as saying Nigeria's economy has stagnated, adding that governments must raise tax, invest in health, as well as nutrition. From the CBN, increased interventions reduce external reserves to $36.24 billion. On First News, 1,000 naira fuel price, a brutal assault on Nigerians. PDP blasts Tinubu as Nigerians grapple with 897 naira per litre new fuel price. Floods devastate Kano, 31 dead, 5,280 houses destroyed. EFCC arrests 56 in Kwara internet fraud crackdown. Nance decries plans to protest against petrol price hike. All this and more on First News. Finally, with me is Daily Trust. Still on petrol price hike, transport fares surge. 50% nationwide as commuters express worry and protests break out in Delta State. Gunmen attacked 2 Plateau communities, killed 7. Africa, a good place for investment, President Tinubu tells Chinese investors. Insecurity in our region must end now. ACF, that's the Arewa Consultative Forum, and Northern leaders say. Gbajabiamila cannot take over National Assembly oversight role, says reps. Nigeria, complex but not difficult to govern, former President Obasanjo says.
So I begin here with the Daily Times, and the big story here is still on the fuel price hike. Brutal assault on Nigerians. That's the People's Democratic Party reacting. Says Tinubu APC have lost the relevance in governance. Petrol price increase will worsen poverty among Nigerian workers. TUC, NLC accuses presidential aide of amnesia, falsehood. Maintains position on petrol price. Naira hit 6 months low amid volatility and dollar liquidity woes. Another story here says ACF 6 unified action in addressing northern Nigeria's challenges. NEC to governors submit report on state police by September 9. Directs states to submit details of damages caused by flooding on Monday. Federal government calls for enhanced leadership, operational efficiency in federal hospitals. Afenifere urges the federal government to order the NNPCL to reverse the fuel price hike. Some stories on the front page of the Daily Times. To the Voice of Liberty. Fuel price, NLC Nance cries foul, threatens strike. The Nigerian Labour Congress has called on the federal government to reverse the planned implementation of the increase in the price of petrol. President Tinubu vows to complete Ibadan, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano Railway project. Nigeria, now third largest debtor, owes $16.5 billion. That's according to the World Bank. Nigeria's tax collection, too low. That's Bill Gates reacting. Some stories on the front page of the Voice of Liberty. To the leadership. Still on the pump price, pressure mounts for immediate reversal. Expect prices of goods to rise, manufacturers warn. It is brutal assault on Nigerians, PDP says. Nigeria must tackle malnutrition, food insecurity, Bill Gates says. 9 killed in fresh attack on Plateau community. 3,590 Nigerians on death row. That's according to the Correctional Service. Northern governors condemned Mafa attack, demand swift justice. 9 killed in fresh attack on Plateau community. Operators sue. Federal government as deadline ends today on the POS registration. Some stories on the front page of the leadership. To this Nigeria, federal government may okay state police for some states. National Economic Council to consider comprehensive reports from 36 states and the FCT gives 4 states September 9 deadline to declare position on proposal. On the fuel price hike, Labour plans a next course of action, slams the government. Man worried over impact of PMS increase expresses fear for SMEs. Nigeria-China move to revive local currency swap. Judge refers Omoyele 11 orders case to CJ for reassignments. NIMET predicts 3-day thunderstorms, rains across Nigeria. Some stories on the front page of this Nigeria Daily News Hub. Fresh crisis hits the Labour Party as OBOT and WC disagree over caretaker chair. The National Working Committee kicks. The Sons, Nenadi, Usman insists that Bore remains legitimate national chairman. Declares ex-finance minister's appointment illegal, unconstitutional, mischievous. Says Mwaya stakeholders meeting a charade, a waste of time, resource of Abia people by Governor Uti. PDP rejects pump price increase, says it is a brutal assault on Nigerians. Tinubu, Wike, and inclusion of Abuja people in governance. That's a feature story there. Nan's faction dismisses planned nationwide protests on the pump price hike. Again, gunmen attack Rivers APP Secretariat, shoot security guard. PDP clears impeached local government chair Adedayo for primaries. That should be clears. How NNPC can function optimally offers a solution to Nigeria's economic problems. That's a feature story by Prince Yemisi Shailen. Some stories on the front page of Daily News Hub. To the Salient Times, Labour Party sets up caretaker committee to resolve leadership tussle, organize convention, passes a vote of confidence on Obi, Dati Vivo, senators present, Abure also present. Abure led EXCO, the zone's new caretaker chairman. Nigeria is not difficult to manage. That's according to former President Olusegun Obasanjo. PDP blast Tinubu, says 1,000 naira fuel price, brutal assault on Nigerians, 342,000 cases, 2,400 deaths recorded in 2024. The World Health Organization is reacting to the cholera outbreak. On the new minimum wage, NYSC DG promises increased allowance for core members. Africa holds vast investment growth opportunities, Tinubu tells Chinese premier. Some stories on the front page of the Salient Times. To Daily Independent on the creation of state police. NEC revs up process, gives 4 states September 9 to submit report to adopt comprehensive report on Monday. Federal government releases 3 billion naira to state affected by flooding. Bill Gates to inject $2.8 billion in Nigeria's healthcare agric sector. Petrol price hike will affect Nigerians' real sector, according to the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. Economic activities expand first time in 13 months, the CBN says. Petrol pump price increase, a recipe for crisis, PDP wants. President Tinubu did not promise not to raise petrol price. Presidency is reacting, says increase in petrol price became unavoidable. NLC insists president promised not to hike PMS price. Order the NNPCL to reverse itself. Afenifere tells Tinubu. Federal government committed to securing Northwest. Matawali assures Secretary Governor. Labour Party picks ex-minister Nenadi Usman as interim chairperson. 3,590 inmates are on death row in Nigeria, says the Nigeria Correctional Service. Some stories on the front page of the Daily Independent. To the Platform Times, Nigeria not difficult to manage. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo is saying once again. There's a picture story here showing the 144th meeting of the National Executive Economic Council held at the Presidential Villa in Abuja yesterday. Mob kills set suspected motorcycle thief ablaze in Ogun. Tinubu never betrayed NLC. Presidency blast at Jero. Zulum sets up implementation committee that's on the minimum wage. Bauchi Assembly orders Sharia Commission to investigate gay lesbian allegations. U.S. court sentences 2 Nigerian nationals to prison for wire fraud. Some stories on the front page of the Platform Times. To the blueprints. Submit inventory of destruction on September 9. NEC other states. That's on the recent flooding. NEC has issued a state deadline and the FCT deadline also on state police. Not afraid of constitution review restructuring. That's according to the Arewa Consultative Forum. Claims past exercises targeted at the region. Apologizes for northern leaders' failure. Urges speedy action on insecurity, rising cost of living. Police move against kidnapping, train school protection squad. The SS spokesman, Afunaya, redeployed. We must form strong alliance to end poverty, improve lives, according to the Vice President. And finally, on the Sporting Life, Demola, only African listed on the 30-man Ballon d'Or nominees. No mercy, Ronaldo, for the first time since 2003. Iheanacho Okoye swells Eagles list to 22. Osimhen keeps Eagles waiting. On the Ballon d'Or Goalkeeper Award, Nwabali out. South Africa's Williams makes 10-man list. MPFL clubs make 15.4 billion naira from 196 transfers. Eagles trainer behind closed doors. Nwogu picks Nigeria's second medal, wins silver women's 41 kg para powerlifting. Man City beware. Real Madrid make Rodri top priority. Some stories on the front page of the Sporting Life, Kemi.
Right, a lot to read up on, but of course, some stories keep reverberating, severally across the papers that we have seen so far, among which is the fuel price hike, and that will also come up during our subsequent discussions on the program TVC Breakfast today.